up on BG24 News. BGSU student government passed new legislation yesterday.
Plus, Toledo's new aquarium had its grand opening this past weekend. We have an inside look.
And Bowling Green High School is getting closer to hiring a new superintendent. We have the details.
We'll also take a look at your full Black Swamp weather forecast. Welcome to your Campus and Community Connection.
Live local news starts right now. This is BG24 News, live at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alana Nessel.
And I'm Brooke Ebersole. Thanks for joining us tonight. BGSU's undergraduate student government passed a resolution yesterday. The resolution will restructure the USG Senate Committee. This includes the addition of the transformation of the Auxiliary Affairs Committee. It will also allow the USG Speaker to form subcommittees.
Bowling Green High School is getting closer to hiring a new superintendent. The Board of Education has narrowed the search down to two candidates, Deborah Piotrowski and Francis Scrucci. Both of the candidates are scheduled to visit the school this week. The board is set to make a decision on Thursday.
This past weekend, the city of Toledo reopened a beloved tourist attraction to the Toledo Zoo. Reporter Nick Dombey joins us live in the studio for the Inside Look. Nick?
Thanks, Brooke. Last Friday, the Toledo Zoo reopened their aquarium, and I traveled up to my hometown of Toledo for the opening ceremonies. The Toledo Zoo closed their aquarium for renovations in the fall of 2012. At first glance, the building looks as it did when it opened in 1939. But the interior is completely new. With nearly 4 times as much water, aquatic creatures from all parts of the world can be seen. One of the highlights is the Reef, a 90,000-gallon tank with 3 species of shark and hundreds of fish. Director of Public Relations Andy Norman says how far they have come. While a new interior was the main part of the project, preserving the original exterior was just as important. New exhibits like the flooded forests of the Amazon and the Gulf of Mexico showcase aquatic animals from that region. Visitor David Gauthier says which part he enjoyed the most. Employees were just as excited as guests during the opening ceremony, and Norman was happy to speak on behalf of everybody who was involved in the renovations. The Toledo Zoo is hoping the newly renovated aquarium brings more enjoyment to its community members. Reporting from the Toledo Zoo for BG24 News, I'm Nick Dombey. Last summer, the Toledo Zoo was voted #1 zoo in the nation by USA Today, and with this new aquarium, I really believe that they will be able to uphold that reputation.
Now, Dick, with the introduction of all these new features of the aquarium, were they introducing any kind of new shows that they were going to do?
Yes, one of the new shows in the new 90,000-gallon tank called The Reef, they have a live diving show where a diver, I think his name was Dave, came in and they had a microphone hooked up through his oxygen mask so he could talk to the crowds while he was feeding the fish, and he could explain what he was doing and the various species swimming around him, and do a Q&A session with some of the audience members who get to ask him questions.
Diver Dave, that's really cool. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Brooke.
Thanks, Nick. And we're here with Taylor Irvin for your first look at your Black Swamp weather forecast. Taylor?
Thanks, Alana. Right now we're experiencing an overcast day. We have some clouds. The temperatures are currently 50 degrees. It's a little cloudy, but there's 0% chance of precipitation. Winds are going northeast at 11 miles per hour with 87% humidity, and I will have more on that humidity later in my extended forecast.
Thanks, Taylor. A fire broke out at a Bowling Green plant. The incident occurred yesterday morning on Van Camp Road. Firefighters were quickly able to put out the fire. The plant was vacant at the time but is currently being renovated. The Betco Corporation out of Toledo currently owns the property. They were in the process of expanding the site. The cause of the fire remains unknown.
The investigation of a death in BG continues. A woman was found dead in a home last week. Police have now ruled out foul play. The cause of death still remains in question. Police are waiting for the final autopsy and toxicology results.
Coming up when we return, an event inspired by carnivals was held on campus.
Plus, the Wood County Hospital is hosting an event this week to help spread medication awareness. Stay with us.
The BGSU University Activities Organization held a carnival for students this past weekend. The BG Boardwalk was held Friday night in the Bowen Thompson Student Union Ballroom. The student-run event gave BGSU students the opportunity to play carnival-style games, get a caricature, and eat food. The event was completely free and open to all students. The University Activities Organization wanted to give back to students and provide something fun and different to do on the weekend.
So we're putting events on campus here so people can stay here on the weekends and enjoy the activities that we have on campus, and so we can put our name out there.
For more UAO events, check your Campus Update daily email.
The Wood County Hospital is hosting a Brown Bag Day on Thursday. The event gives people a chance to bring in their medication and have questions answered about them. Students from the University of Findlay will go over how to take certain medications, how to store them, and other important facts. The event takes place from 9 to 11 a.m. in the hospital's meeting room.
And some very unique roadwork is coming to Perrysburg in 2016. Ohio 25 will add a diverging diamond. The Ohio 25 bridge over Interstate 475 will switch drivers to the opposite side. This will help reduce traffic incidents. There are just over 24 of these across the United States and only one other in Ohio.
In other Perrysburg news, the city will begin the brush pickup next week. Residents planning on participating must have their brush placed on their curbs by 7 a.m. next Monday. This includes branches, bushes, logs, and stumps. For more information, you can call the Department of Public Services.
A meat processing plant in North Baltimore is closing. The Belleville Brothers Packing Company is set to close in May. The plant is closing due to personal reasons from the owner. The retail store in North Baltimore will close as well. However, the store in Bowling Green will remain open. The Wood County Senior Fair Board will select a new facility.
Coming up when we return, controversy continues over possible Ohio pipelines.
Plus, we'll have your full Black Swamp weather forecast. Stay with us.
Live local forecast with BG24 Black Swamp Weather.
Hi, I'm Taylor Urban, and this is your extended forecast. Right now, we're experiencing an overcast day. Temperatures are 50 degrees with a low of 48 degrees. We have some light winds going northeast at 11 miles per hour. No 2% chance of precipitation with 87% humidity in the air. Tonight, temperatures drop down to 43 degrees. Still no precipitation, no rain or snow in sight. Our winds are slowing down, going 2 miles per hour southwest, and our low will be 43 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have a clear and sunny day. Temperatures will be 59 degrees. Winds are going southwest at 4 miles per hour with 0% chance of precipitation and 40% humidity in the air. Tomorrow night, temperatures will be 48 degrees, 0% chance of precipitation, so that clarity will go into tomorrow night. Winds are going southeast at 8 miles per hour with 68% humidity. Our regional cities show us that we are in our high 40s and low 50s. We have Sandusky with the record low, 43 degrees, and we have Holgate and Holgate, BG, Swanton, Wauseon in the low 50s, and those are higher temperatures for today. Currently, we're seeing some precipitation in Toledo. Right now, Bowling Green area is looking clear, but there is precipitation in Toledo. They are probably experiencing some rain or snow showers, which we may experience later this week. Our national temperature is showing us the same. We are seeing some precipitation around this area, and we're also seeing precipitation around the East Coast as well, and we will see some of that precipitation later this week in our extended forecast. Wednesday will be clear and sunny with a high of 61 and a low of 43. No precipitation in sight. Thursday and Friday, however, Thursday we'll see some thunderstorms, 90% chance of precipitation with a high of 73. Friday will be a rainy Friday as well with a 100% chance of precipitation and a high of 55 degrees. Things will dry up on Saturday, 52 degrees with 10% chance of precipitation and a sunny day. And Sunday we will see snow with a high of 48 degrees and a low of 40 degrees.
Well, Taylor, you know what they say about March, that it comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb, and I think that we are slowly starting to see that here.
Slowly. Temperatures are rising. As long as we're not in the 20s, we are fine. That rain and thunderstorm might be a problem, but it will clear up just in time for Saturday.
Awesome. Thanks, Taylor. The death of a woman in Northwood remains under investigation. The body was found on Saturday in a motel room. Police have identified the body, but the cause of death remains under investigation. Police believe it to be drug-related. Authorities are still waiting for the toxicology report.
In other Northwood news, the city's fire department is starting a new fire safety program. Firefighters will visit local residents to offer a free safety assessment. They will also provide one smoke detector per home. The new program is a result of a grant the city received from the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
The future of a new Ohio pipeline has come into question. The Ohio Power Siting Board has received several applications asking to reconsider the project's approval. The board approved the Oregon Lateral project in January. Many Ohio landowners are concerned on what the pipeline will do to their property. A meeting will take place next Monday in Columbus for board members to reconsider the approval.
The Ohio Department of Transportation is teaming up with the State Highway Patrol. Their goal is to reduce the number of accidents on highway work zones. Last year, there was over 5,000 crashes in work zones. This year, there's over 900 work zones throughout the state. Officials want to remind drivers to stay alert and follow the reduced speed limits.
Ohio's Attorney General wants to warn citizens about a phone scam. Several Ohioans have received phone calls that show 911 on caller ID. When answered, they are told that they will receive a warrant for their arrest unless they contact the Ohio Attorney General. The scam was reported several times this month and in many different counties. If you receive this phone call, you are asked to hang up and report it to the Ohio Attorney General's office.
Toby Fleming joins us now for a look at campus and community sports. Toby?
Thanks, Alana. Coming up on BG24 Sports, baseball took on the University of Findlay and softball moved its doubleheader to BG today. I have the latest scores, and the Cleveland Browns have been fined for violating NFL electronic device usage rules. Plus, the BG Pizza Hut Athletes of the Week are in. All this and more coming up next.
It's un-Falcon believable coverage that you won't get anywhere else. This is BG24 Sports.
Good evening and welcome to BG24 Sports. I'm Toby Fleming. The baseball team split a doubleheader with Northern Illinois last weekend. After losing the first game 11-2, BG won the second game 8-2, ending a 10-game losing streak for the Falcons. Today the Falcons took on the University of Findlay at home. The final score was 10-0 for BG. The Falcons started strong, scoring 4 runs in the first, adding another run in the second and 3 more in the fourth. 2 more runs came in the 6th inning for the Falcons. The BG softball team swept the University of Toledo at home last Sunday. The Falcons beat the Rockets 7-3 in the first game and shut out UT 4-0 in the second. Today the softball team takes on University of Detroit Mercy for a doubleheader. The score is currently 2-1 for BG. BG trailed 1-0 early in the first and came back 2-1 to take back the lead. The game's currently in the top of the 7th inning. The BG men's golf team announced a schedule change for this weekend. The Falcons accepted a late invitation to the 2015 Aggie Invitational at Texas A&M on April 4th and 5th. BG was originally scheduled to play in the Seahawk Invitational on April 6th and 7th. Falcons coach Kevin Farrell says he sees the Aggie Invitational as a better chance for his team to compete with some of the top programs in the nation. The BG men's soccer team kicked off its spring schedule with a game against the University of Cincinnati last Sunday. The matchup ended in a 1-1 tie between the Falcons and the Bearcats. BG's spring season schedule also includes against Major League Soccer club Columbus Crew SC on April 19th. BG lost 3 seniors after last season, but the Falcons have signed 7 new players for the upcoming season. Head coach Eric Nichols says, however, these seniors will be difficult to replace.
We only graduated 3 seniors, but these are big-time players and big-time personalities. So, first of all, we definitely have some growth to do there to just fill in those parts. And the second part of that is that we know that we don't automatically just get better by moving from a sophomore to a junior to a senior. We get better with these training sessions and dialing into the day and staying focused. And we don't want to just be where we were last year. We want to be better. Because if we're not better, then we're moving backwards.
And now on to the Pizza Hut Athletes of the Week. Baseball player Zach Carey is this week's male Pizza Hut Athlete of the Week. The freshman pitched a career-high 7.1 innings, leading the Falcons to an 8-2 victory over Northern Illinois last weekend. Carey struck out a seemingly low 2 players, but was able to retire a total of 22 out of the 26 batters he faced. Softball player Brianna Coombs takes home the honors of Female Pizza Hut Athlete of the Week. The sophomore pitched in both games in last weekend's sweep of the Toledo Rockets. In Game 2, she pitched her first career complete shutout, leading the Falcons to a 4-0 victory. And now in other news, the NFL has fined the Cleveland Browns $250,000 and has suspended general manager Ray Farmer for the first 4 regular season games of the upcoming season. Farmer used a cell phone during games on multiple occasions during the 2014 season, violating NFL rules. He admitted to texting coaches during games, but also said that this is something he learned from and will not do it again in the future. Preseason operations will not be affected by Farmer's suspension. And that's all I have for BG24 Sports tonight. Follow us at BG24 Sports Now on Twitter for breaking news and scores, and follow us on Instagram at BG24 Sports. I'm Toby Fleming, and we'll be right back.
BG models walked the runway last Friday. Reporter Lalinda Cobb has the story.
BGSU's Precious Stones hosted its 6th annual fashion show on Friday in Olds Camp. Precious Stones is a women's empowerment organization that aims to increase women's self-esteem, confidence, and give them a sense of empowerment. One of the ways the organization represents this is through their annual fashion show. The fashion show is to represent women and men of all different shapes and sizes. Throughout the years, some people have referred to the Precious Stones fashion show as being a big girls fashion show. Precious Stones president Ashley Ross says it does not matter what people have to say.
Come out and support Precious Stones, regardless if it's big girls, skinny girls, men, transgender, it doesn't matter.
Ross also says that more people in BG need to come out collectively as a whole to support one another and encourage diversity. There was a lot of hard work that went into preparing for this show. Fashion show host Jared Poole says what he had to do as a host.
A little more liver, but as a host, you're used to a crowd like this, so it's your job to prepare and do the necessary things to make the crowd hype.
The fashion show had a few different themes, and there are multiple looks for the models to wear and people to see. The fashion show was an entertaining event. Fashion show model Deasia Cole says she thinks that the hard work paid off.
It was fun. I had a lot of fun. I think it went really well. We worked so hard for it, so I really think that we really showed what we worked for.
Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Melinda Cobb.
Precious Stones looks forward to seeing an even greater outcome next year.
Well, we're going to take a look at your final Black Swamp weather forecast now. Taylor, what do we have in store for us?
Thank you, Brooke. For this weekend, we have Wednesday is going to be pretty clear. No rain or snow in sight. Thursday, we are going to experience thunderstorms. Friday, we're still going to experience some rain. Saturday is going to clear up, going to be sunny with a high of 52. And Sunday, we are going to expect snow with a 70% chance of precipitation, a high of 48 and a low of 40.
We see a little bit of peak of temperatures there, especially right there on Thursday. I don't care if it's going to rain. I saw 7. I saw 7 at the beginning of the temperature. I'm excited.
Agreed.
Everyone's been talking about that all day, that they just hope it just gets to that number on Thursday.
Yeah, it can rain. I will not complain about that.
That's fine. Rain is better than snow any day.
Yep.
That's all for BG24 News tonight.
Check out these stories and more online at bg24news.org.
And check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and now Instagram.
From everyone at BG24 News, I'm Brooke Ebersole with Alana Nussel, Toby Fleming, and Taylor Irving. Have a good night, everyone.